This is Laura of Mafka, aka Rogan Azron, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about how romance songs have ruined dating. I want to shout out IL Zion for this video. You know who you are, dude. I can't say your name because of, YouTube's little strange restrictions on saying certain words, right? But yeah, man, I know you asked me to speak on why are there so many romance songs produced in these years, but I wanted to make it even more interesting and talk about why it has ruined dating. Now, we have to look at as well to so many romance songs have came out during the days like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Dury Hill, Pretty Ricky, just so many bands you can go down the line. Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's been so many of these bands that are literally more dedicated to putting out more romance songs, and we need to understand the just danger and the negative effect that this has had on modern dating for us modern men. Now, when you look at romance songs, you look at how the words are structured in the song, like "Baby, come back. I don't want you to leave. I'll do whatever you please." These are things are literally engineered in these songs on purpose to make you beholden to what the woman wants. Now, why aren't there more songs promoting what the man wants? Why isn't it more songs for the woman to chase after the man? Because this is not how society is geared towards, and society cannot just get any type of profit or gain from a woman chasing after a man. You have to understand as well that this is a currency as well. Why do you think everything in the market is sold towards women to just have their days met and be satisfied on Valentine's Day? For the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Every holiday is really guaranteed and just for women, really. Even when you look at romance songs, they're always talking about in the holidays as well of how you should get your woman something special. You should do this for her. You should be someone who always obeys her when she wants you to be affectionate towards her. And this is where a lot of men have went wrong. You see, women in today's modern dating world have a top crop of men to pick from. And a lot of men seem to still think that they're going to somehow be that one guy who's going to get over on her good side and make her choose him because he has this little magical incantation and little, charmish boy charisma that he calls himself working on. And when in reality, your charisma means nothing. Even your looks means nothing, especially if you are not a natural, biological, attractive man, because we are already starting to see that a lot of these men who are above average looking are having more troubles with these women. I was watching an episode on this guy David Alarivi's YouTube channel, and they had this little like Chad like guy on there who literally had a good face and everything, but he doesn't have the white height. Now, a lot of people would say that yes, the guy should have the height as well, but you have to understand, even when you don't have certain indicators of attraction all the way, back then in 2008, women would still pick you. That's like a pretty boy who's short. Like we see with some of these TikTok guys. He would still get chosen by women because he is facially attracted to women. His face is appealing. And let's say you have a guy who's average looking in the face and he's tall. He would still get picked by women mainly because of his height. And this is literally the scariest part. It's becoming to where it's not even a factor anymore to the guy making up in some way for not being tall enough and having a pretty face, or not being a good looking guy and being tall. Nowadays, you have to be the whole package as a man, and romance songs really play a lot into this when you really look at it. What are some of the things that romance songs actually promote unconsciously for men to do? Romance songs also promote you to unconsciously go after whatever the woman wants you to do. It wants you messaging the woman 24/7. It wants you to fight for it. Why do you think in some of these songs that even some of these women make, right, talking about how they want a guy that will fight for them, a guy who will do anything for them? When women make songs like this, they're talking about men that they want to replace. They want that guy to fight for them. They want that guy to struggle for them so they can throw him away and go after the better looking perceived guy, the guy who's supposed to have more value than the average everyday guy, right? So this is why dating is literally rigged and why romance songs have literally destroyed it. And another thing is romance songs have really killed the mystery behind attraction between men and women. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, whenever you're talking about something so much and whenever something becomes where it's just available 24/7 to where there's no scarcity in it, and that's the thing, women do not have scarcity in the type of romance sphere that we see right now. Women have access to romance 24/7 from average men, attractive men, even men that are undesirable. They have an access of romance from them possibly. But the thing is, these women already know that. So these women usually throughout their 20s, they choose to remain single. They choose to put all men in the same category as, oh, he's the same as him, when in reality, they don't even find most men attractive. And this is why women do this, is when they put you in the same category box as every other man, every other average or just very unattractive man, right? Is so they can eliminate men who literally are not physically appealing to them. Because you guys have to understand, when it comes to psychic arousal between men and women are looking at you from a survival aspect standpoint of how physically attractive you are. What can you do for them? How much can they really get out of you entertainment wise, resource wise, emotion wise? These are all the checks on the box that you have to check off. And if you miss any single one of these checks in today's dating market in 2024, you're literally done for. You can forget about having a long-term girlfriend. It's literally impossible. Like, even statistics like this shows you right here to where you have 63% of men in the United States who literally are still single right now. So what does this tell you about the average dating standards that modern women have? If you are not everything in the package, you literally are not going to get anything. Even this statistic right here shows you that 28% of men are literally declining in intimacy. And this statistic right here has changed various times as well, because we have to understand with both of these statistics, right? What about all the uncalled statistics around the United States to where they didn't even get the research or all the things that are just missing from it? If anything, if we want to add it up, I probably would say it's mostly, 84% of men who literally don't have any intimacy and 90% of men who literally don't have a dating life. Because we have to understand that romance songs have contributed a lot to this as well. Because what happens when the woman gets romance so much? What happens when the woman is fed the narrative that she's a queen, she can do anything she wants, she deserves the best man as possible? All of the men that are going to be coming after her aren't going to be worthy of her time. And her father tells her that, her mother tells her that, her brothers, her sister tells her this. So what do you think that romance songs are doing whenever you have a society to where women are already being put up on a pedestal by men who literally do not have any type of release system themselves? And this is why it's useless if you're a man in today's age to pursue dating seriously, because you aren't going to get anything out of it, because there's so many just factors against you. Picture you're going into a wild forest to where there's literally wild animals that are deadly everywhere. There's human savages in there as well that literally are dangerous predators, and you literally have a 94% chance of getting hurt and coming up missing, basically just losing your life. And that's something you have to understand. The odds are stacked up against you in so many ways to where you can't even see it. And this is why I tell men, whenever you're talking to a woman, or for the men who are still thinking of dating, which I don't even know why you would still be even thinking of dating in a time like this, right? If you're still thinking of dating and talking to a woman, you have to go into the situation telling yourself that this woman is not attracted to you. She would never like you. And let's say even if she does like you cannot like her back. Because what usually happens, even when you meet the attraction threshold somewhat for women to find you attractive and pursue you, the moment you start liking them, the more you start emotionally just showing interest in them and putting value in them, they start to pull away. And this is because women value scarcity. Women value scarcity from men that are attractive, and I will repeat that. Women value scarcity from men that are attractive. This is like a man who is average, let's cetera, right? Or he's just unattractive, and a woman starts acting like she's giving him attention. Basically, she's settling to vampirize and get attention from this unattractive or average guy, right? And he starts emotionally investing into this woman. She is going to pull back so fast to where you're going to think that she's switching deck cards on Yukio, man. So quick, man. It's brutal, dude. And this is what you have to understand. Women value scarcity from men that are attractive. This is why whenever these red pill grifters are telling you, oh, you need to pull back from a woman whenever she shows interest from you and not text her. That's literally what the woman wants, moron. If you are not attractive already physically, if you don't check all the thresholds on the box and she's not just settling for you as just a fun time to screw around as entertainment, right? She doesn't care if you text her or not. That's the whole point. You're being used as an entertainment beacon in that time. And women's emotions literally are like the wind in today's dating market. You can be there one day and gone the next, or heck, gone in 2 or 3 hours. Because that's how quick the ghosting and literally the emotional manipulation starts to happen in today's dating market for men. This is why it is totally useless for men to pursue dating. You saw the statistics that I literally put up, and the majority of men fit into this. And romance songs do not make things better, because it's like I said before, it makes the woman to where she expects things to be given to her. She doesn't have to work for anything. When's the last romance songs to where you actually heard a woman actually working for a man's attraction, you see? But the only time you're rarely going to hear a woman talking about how she'll give her heart and give her all to a man is for the man that she finds to be one of a kind. 1 out of 1 billion, not even 1 out of 1 million, is 1 out of 1 billion, fool. So that's the thing. Women will give their hard-earned time and their respect and their boundaries and intimacy to men who literally are 1 in 1 billion. And most likely men who don't deserve it in the first place, because these men already have a huge roster of women. And this is another thing you have to realize as well. Romance songs also promote women to have a huge roster of men and not value them or give them any attention. This is why you saw so many songs by like chicks like Beyonce, Kelly Rowland talking about they don't even text the guy's phone. He's ghosted, left on red. There's so many of these women promoting this in these romance and these pop R&B songs or whatever, right? And this is why literally dating has gotten worse, because there's no more mystery between attraction to men and women, and romance has really killed that. Because whenever you're hearing of something 24/7, especially women hearing about men's romance 24/7, right? They don't have to value the guy because they already know what he's going to do, number one. And number two, he's not attractive physically to where he's the top tier hierarchy of man now in today's world. And number three, he's not a catch. So this is why I say romance songs have literally helped ruin dating and totally destroy it. This is why chivalry is dead and will never come back. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment sections. I would highly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.